Welcome back to Crossroads of America. This is Level 5, Mission 2, the last mission of Crossroads of America. After this, you will take the Mission 2 checkpoint, and then the Level 5 level up, and then you'll be ready to go on to the boss level. That is the final level. That is the test over all of this quest. There will be a review video before that occurs, so that will be used to help you study and be prepared for that boss level test. Our mission objective is to describe how Indiana's population and cultures have changed over time. Our challenge questions: why is Indiana's population density higher in cities than in rural areas? How do Hoosiers share their heritage with each other? And what religious groups are found in Indiana? Please give me good 4th grade answers at the end of this mission for those questions. Our big question for this entire quest is: what is special or unique about the geography and culture of Indiana? Indiana is a growing state. Between the years 2000 and 2007, the population of the state grew from about 6,080,000 people to 6,345,000 people. So it grew about 300,000 people in those 8 years. And it's continuing to grow since. Because Indiana has so many people, there are many different groups of people who live here. Indiana's population density is increasing. That means that more people are living closer together than they did in the past. In 1900, it was about 68 people per square mile. Today, it is about 170 people per square mile. That means that more people are living in the same amount of area than ever before. If you look at the graph on page 45 in your book, you'll be able to answer the question: why do you think Indiana has a higher population density than the United States? And that's because density has to do with the amount of people that live in a certain area. Since Indiana is smaller than the United States as a whole, it's going to have a higher population density because the United States is very large and people can spread out throughout the United States. Whereas in Indiana's not that big. It's kind of a small state, and so more people are going to live in a tinier area. Across Indiana, population density is different from place to place. Some people might live in the city. More people are going to live in the city than in the country, in the rural areas. That's just the way it is. Like I said, for example, more people live in cities and their suburbs than in rural areas. So if you go drive in the city, you're going to see lots of houses. But then if you drive out to the rural areas, the country, you're going to see less and less houses. That's population distribution. Where are Hoosiers coming from? Well, they come from many different places because many groups of people have contributed to our culture and our diversity. The first people in Indiana were Native Americans, and we're going to learn about them in our next quest. From there, Europeans arrived in the 1600s, and settlers from other states began coming into Indiana in the 1800s. So for only about 200 years have non-Native American people been living in Indiana. And many of our ancestors are from these groups of people, whether they be from Europe, whether they be from Asia, Africa, or whether they are from Native Americans. Through the years, people came from European countries like England, Scotland, Ireland, Germany, Hungary, Italy, Poland, and Mexico. African Americans also came over to the United States and lived in Indiana. However, today, most of the people who live here were actually born in the state. They're not immigrants. They were born in the state. I was born in the state. You might have been born in the state. Hoosiers share both their history and heritage with other people. And they do this in many different ways. We have festivals that celebrate culture, music, car racing, and even covered bridges in Indiana. Indiana's museums and state parks also provide places for people to experience the state's heritage. If you look at the map on page 47 in your book and then answer these questions as part of your notes, I'll be looking for these in order for you to take your level up. Where can people learn about Native American culture? Where can people learn about the lives of pioneers? And where can people learn about music? Again, use page 47 in your book to answer those questions. Religion in Indiana is an important part of our heritage. It's been around since Indiana had European people come here. And because of that, Hoosiers follow many different religions in Indiana. By far, Christianity is the most popular religious group in Indiana. Both Protestants and Catholics practice Christianity in Indiana. Protestants are any Christians who are not Catholic. Catholic was the original Christian faith, but since there we've had other denominations come up. Indiana also has one of the largest groups of Amish in the country. Amish is a denomination within Christianity. Jewish people follow the customs of Judaism at synagogues. That's what we call their place of worship. Muslims follow the religion of Islam and worship at mosques. Buddhists and Hindus practice their religions in temples around the state. That was the end of Mission 2. Make sure you've gone and filled out every blank in your notes. You're ready to answer those challenge questions in a 4th grade sentence. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will see you in the review video. At that time, if you have any questions, please let me know. I will see you then.